All right, let's get right into it. So, you're at university, right? You're juggling classes, a social life, and that bank account that's always looking a little, well, a little sad. We're going to cut through all the usual advice and give you a real strategic guide for not just making money as a student, but actually managing it like a pro. I mean, how perfect is that? It really does feel like that sometimes, doesn't it? It just nails the absolute chaos. Because you need the cash, obviously, but you also need time to, actually study and maybe have a little fun. It's a classic struggle. So, what do you do? Where do you even start looking for work that won't totally wreck your grades or your sanity? Well, that's what we're here for. Let's break down the options, starting with the fastest way to get some money in your pocket. Okay, option number one, quick online cash. Think of this as level one. This is all about low commitment, super high flexibility. For those random 20-minute gaps you have between classes where you could either scroll through your phone or make a few bucks. So, what are we talking about here? We're talking about micro jobs, and they are exactly what they sound like. Tiny, simple online tasks you can do pretty much anywhere, like filling out a survey while you're waiting for your lecture to begin, or playing a game on the bus. Look, this isn't going to make you a millionaire, but it's a brilliant way to turn dead time into actual cash. And here are a few places to get started. If you just want something super casual, Jump Task is perfect for that. Easy money from playing games or doing surveys. Now, if you've got a bit more patience and you're good with details, Amazon's MTurk is a solid option for things like transcription. And hey, if you've already got a skill, maybe you're great at proofreading, or you can whip up a simple logo, you can package that skill up and sell it on a site like Fiverr. Okay, but what if you could make money using the one place you're at all the time anyway? That brings us to option two, campus insider gigs. This is all about leveraging your environment. Yeah, you've definitely seen these folks on campus. Brand ambassadors, huge companies, we're talking Red Bull, Samsung, even Shein, they're constantly on the lookout for students to be their reps. You basically become the face of the brand at your uni, hooking your friends up with products and putting on cool events. And listen, the perks here are way more than just the paycheck. This is real marketing experience you can slap right onto your resume. You get to network with people in the industry, and yeah, you get a ton of free stuff. It's one of those rare jobs that actually fits around your schedule while also being a major boost for your future career. All right, time to level up. Option three is where things get really interesting. This isn't about taking a job anymore, it's about creating one. We're talking about taking skills you already have, or maybe skills you're learning right now in your classes, and turning them into your very own business. Now, there are really two paths you can go down here. First, there's active income. That's the classic model. You trade your time for money. Think freelance writing, tutoring, that kind of thing. But then there's passive income. And for a student, this is a game changer. This is where you create something once, like a digital planner or an ebook, and it can sell over and over and over again on a site like Etsy, even while you're asleep or in a lecture. Let's just take freelance writing as an example. I know it can sound intimidating, but the roadmap is actually pretty simple. Step one, just write. Start a blog, do some sample pieces, get your practice in. Step two, build your portfolio. Use that blog or write a few guest posts so you have something to show people. And then, step three, start pitching. Hit up job boards and start looking for gigs. See, it's a clear path. So you might be thinking, is all that effort worth it? Oh, absolutely. The pay for skill-based work is on another level. I mean, look at this. It's pretty common for tutors to pull in 30, even 40 pounds an hour, just for helping someone with a subject you've already aced. And writing, graphic design, they all pay way, way better than your average student job. Okay, so we've talked a lot about making money. Awesome. But that is literally only half the story. Now we've got to talk about the part that really matters, the money you actually get to keep. Because here's the thing, making the money is exciting, but if you're not smart about it, you can get into a serious jam later on. And a huge part of that is taxes. Look, I know it's boring, but understanding the basics is non-negotiable, especially once you're self-employed. So I want you to burn this number into your brain. $400. According to the IRS, once you make more than $400 in net income from being self-employed, you have to pay self-employment tax. That's not a suggestion, folks. That's the law. Okay, so how do you deal with this without freaking out? Easy. Just remember the 20% rule. It's a great rule of thumb. Every time you get paid, just skim about a fifth of it, 20%, and stick it in a separate savings account. Don't even look at it. That way, when tax time rolls around, the money is just sitting there, ready to go. No panic, no problem. And beyond taxes, you just need some simple, basic budgeting. Seriously, this stuff is your best friend. Get in the habit of tracking your money. An app like Mint or YNAB makes it so easy. And please, please use your student discounts. They're everywhere. And finally, try to build up even a tiny emergency fund. You will thank yourself later when something unexpected happens, trust me. All right, let's pull this all together, because I want you to see that this isn't just about making beer money or paying for textbooks. No, this is something way, way bigger. Just listen to this quote from Elna Kane, who's a super successful freelance writer. She says she started out small, got discouraged, and almost quit. But then she regrouped, got serious, built a proper website, and what started as a little side gig eventually became her entire career. That's powerful. And that, right there, is the key takeaway. I really want you to get this. These aren't just side hustles. When you're a brand ambassador or a freelance designer or a tutor, you are taking the very first steps toward building your professional identity. You're doing it now before you even have that diploma in your hand. So let's end on this thought. Your degree, it's giving you knowledge, which is awesome and absolutely crucial. But the world out there, it runs on experience. So the big question you need to ask yourself is, how are you going to start building yours?